You're 100%.
Static screams, loud voices collide. Fingers twist, dials chasing the tide. Antenna stretch high, scratching the sky. Crackling whispers, the reason we try. Shenanigans live stream rolling tonight. James and Dan breaking the quiet fight. Ham radio scream in the park's twilight. Electric chaos under the moonlight. Frequencies dance, they jump and they burn. Signals lost, found, taking their turn. Echoes of voices from miles afar. Tangled up messengers under the stars. Shenanigans live stream rolling tonight. James and Dan breaking the quiet fight. Ham radio scream in the park's twilight. Electric chaos under the moonlight. Spin the wheel, send the call. Voices rise, towers tall. Crashing waves of sound collide. No escape, nowhere to hide. Shenanigans live stream rolling tonight. James and Dan breaking the quiet fight. Ham radio scream in the park's twilight. Electric chaos under the
What's up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Sunday. Time for a little bit of shenanigans, some great music, and a whole lot of fun. Before we get started, we're going to do what we always do and thank the Patreons. They are absolutely awesome. Got to spend a lot of time with a lot of you guys this weekend, and it was absolutely great. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait for the next adventure where I get to hang out with you guys some more. Next up is the awesome YouTube members. You guys are just bad to the bone. You are green in the chat, or blue if you are a admin. Then the ever-changing board, which I don't know if it's changed or not because we have been at the Ham Fest all weekend, but I will say thank you very much, Kent, Kilo 9 or Alpha Echo Echo, for the off-stream donation. And if it's changed, we'll have her done by Wednesday, guys. Dan, what's going on?
Man, let us know in the chat if you're hearing any echo, because we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. But first in the chat was actually Bill Duckett, I believe, Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra X-Ray Hotel. But I got to give an honorable mention. You can't see him because he's behind the camera, laying in a very provocative pose. Kilo 8 Golf Quebec is here in person. So hello, sir. How you doing? Andy Callie, always good to see you, my friend. Kent, Kilo 9 Alpha Echo is here. My boo, Stephen Walker, Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Delta Victor. He's here, driving back with him and Dad. Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Victor Kilo. Good to see them this weekend for sure. The Jumbo Marshmallow is in the house. Whiskey Delta 4 Juliet Mike. Scrolling on down here. Reed, good to see you, buddy. AB8AS. He was up here repping West by God of Virginia this weekend. Larry Bingham from Ohio. What's going on? The freaky promo. You like that, man? That was a good thumbnail, I think, anyway. Brent, November 4, Bravo, Delta Whiskey. What's going on, buddy? Drive safe to the grocery store. Ronnie is here. We saw him this weekend. Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu, Romeo X-Ray. Always good to have you in here. See who is next. We got Kent, Mike, 88KB. What's going on, buddy? Frequency Frontiers, KY4GM. Always good to see you, man. Sidewalk Sherry is in the house, freshly back from mowing the grass, I'm sure. Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Victor Donut. Always good to have you in here, buddy. Gary Graham. Always good to have you as well. There's Dad, James Walker. They are en route back home. Keep on scrolling. Josh, Kilo 4, Lemur, India is here. Turd, NC Old Man Overload. Good to see you this weekend, buddy. Alpha Delta 9 Whiskey, Mike, Dennis, hello. And I think that exhausts our list. And I'm going to turn to my assistant because she remembers. What episode number?
135.
135 of Shenanigans. Welcome Sunday. We had a great ham fest, and I'm tired. What about you?
Dude, tired is not the word.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely exhausted, but it's been an amazing trip as always. Seeing all of the Patreons, all my POTA friends, it's just absolutely crazy. We've had some really good group activations. It's just been an absolutely great weekend in Huntsville. As always, the Friendliest Ham Fest, and had a really good time. Didn't even buy a single thing, but had a great time.
Hey, Donut just said she actually did mow the grass. How did I know? I know. I'm going to move the tablet a little bit further away from me. Might help the echo.
And you know what's even funnier? She was just mowing grass on Friday. It is Sunday.
Gotta love it. Oh man,
I would love to be a lawn care professional. That had access to a whole neighborhood of sidewalk cherries.
Oh, that would
because
be
I would
great.
be like a multi-millionaire.
Yes, sir. Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar said, finally finished all Georgia. You finished all Georgia today. Awesome, buddy. Activated all Georgia. Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar got that in the bag. That is awesome, buddy.
Hey, congratulations for that.
Yeah, that's a big achievement there. That beats coming to Huntsville, I would say. We missed you down here this year, buddy.
So I'll tell you what, one thing that I did notice this weekend is the growth of POTA is still just being exponential.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you, I did a POTA forum today, and I thought I knew the majority of people in POTA, but there was about 60% of the people in the forum, I had no clue who they were.
Yeah.
And that's just absolutely awesome. And it was actually a huge turnout for the forum too. The guy that was over the forums actually come by a little bit later and asked me how well it went. He said, I came in and did a head count. He says, you had a full house.
Yeah.
So really good time. Got to meet a bunch of new people and some old friends as well. And I was surprised because I was thinking being on a Sunday, because it was a lot more crowded at the Hamfest yesterday. So
I think it was too. Whiskey One, Whiskey Charlie, thanks for the super chat. Beep taxes. So apparently he's activating right now. I don't have the spot list pulled up, so go find Whiskey One, Whiskey Charlie, and give him a shout on the beep and bloops.
We're going to give him a shout out too, because when I rolled into town on Thursday, I think we finally got up on the mountain about 2:00. And by 2:15, I was already in his truck, gone roving. There's nothing like rolling into town and getting the local guy who knows how to get in there really quick and get everything done. So shout out to that.
That is true. Hey, Kilo Oscar 4, November Lima's in the chat. Let me tell you about this smorgasbord that he put on here. We had the brisket, we had the pulled pork, from Eddie, which was always delicious. That's a man who knows how to handle his meat at a ham fest. I guarantee it. We had some corn on the cob from Stephen and Dad, always delicious, and some Korean short ribs from Alpha Echo 5 Sierra Mike. They were delicious as well. So if you made food and brought it out to the cabin, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Yes, we definitely appreciate it. And that's what sets POTA people apart from other people. POTA people are like a tight knit family. And our group activation last night, I didn't even know some of the people who showed up for it.
We made a lot of new friends last night.
We did. And heck, we got to meet the keg man.
The keg man ran the mic.
Yes,
during the pile up a little bit.
He ran the mic during the pile up, and he actually said, "I think I'm going to do a little bit more activations." So we may have created another monster.
Yeah. Let's see. We got to meet the Fox himself, Ethan, KO4FX.
Yep.
He was there. Great guy. He also has a channel here on YouTube. Go check him out. KO4FX. Put it in the search bar. And he's posting some shorts about his adventures in Huntsville. Some at the cabin, some not. I'm not going to spoil it. Go check him out.
Absolutely. Dan, did you happen to see the satellite antenna that looked like it comes straight from Star Wars?
Yes. That was very actually impressive.
Like the first thing I seen when I walked in the door was this antenna. And like immediately I have to go straight to it. Like I couldn't go nowhere else because it drew me in.
It was a beacon. It just drew you there.
It did, Not that I could ever afford what it's in the flea market. Not that I could ever afford it. It was like $800 or best offer.
Or best offer.
Yeah. Of course, my best offer would be like $5.
Yeah.
But it was just so. It looked like one of them gigantic Star Wars guns.
Yeah.
That they have, and it was really, really cool. Also got to see my buddy from the oh gosh, what's his call sign that does the kits? Do you remember his call sign?
Not off the top of my head.
Anyway, the guy who does the satellite rotors, I did a video on that, and he was there, and I got to ask him a few questions because shout out to Robbie, he did help me, he did build mine, and when I get back to the house, it's going to be time to start testing it out and doing a lot of videos on that.
How you doing, Terry? Doing all right, man? Yeah. I was going to put Terry's over there napping. I'm going to wait for him to nap again. And I was going to flip him around, but let me see if I can get him. Hold on a minute. Might have to switch my camera. Terry's over here napping. Let's see if we
and now he's trying to hide.
He's over there napping in the corner, guys.
So anyway, if you notice the thumbnail, you notice that Terry was in the thumbnail, but that's myself and Terry and Reed. Some of the top West Virginia POTA people. We got to take that picture. Actually, Ray asked us to take a picture, and I sort of swiped it from Ray and cartooned it. But the funny thing in the picture was when I cartooned the picture, I wasn't paying no attention, and I was setting up the thumbnail. And Dan looked at it and said, "Look at Carrie." So Carrie photobombed the back of the picture, but when I cartooned it, if you notice, it made her face look like a clown or something. That was no pun toward Carrie for sure. So.
Yes, Josh, Terry is posing. That is correct. But, speaking of Carrie, big shout out to Carrie, Ray, the other Carrie, and Curtis, and Micah, and everybody else who helped out at the POTA booth, getting it set up, working it for the weekend, getting it tore back down. They did an excellent job. And from what I saw, every time I walked in there, the POTA booth was the happening place to be. It was always pretty much packed. So awesome.
So, also speaking of Curtis, I actually have a very big announcement to say about Curtis. Curtis has now received the title from the king. He is now the Duke of Fun.
That's right.
Curtis is the Duke of Fun, and that means all lands in Pennsylvania are now, he is now the overlord of those. So if you have issues in Pennsylvania, you'll talk to the Duke of Fun, and I'm sure it'll be a fun conversation.
That's right.
He's the Duke of Fun because he's always out supporting the way you want to have fun.
Roger.
That's right. He don't care if you activate differently than him. He don't care if you activate differently than me. If you're having fun and it's your way, you're doing it right. So big shout out to Curtis. Always trying to make sure everybody can have fun their way. So he is now known as the Duke of Fun.
And we definitely have fun in Huntsville.
Yeah, that's one thing I can definitely say. There was a whole lot of fun. What do you think your favorite part of Huntsville was?
The people. I say that about every Hamfest too, guys. It's not that I go to see what new stuff vendors have. That's not really my primary focus. I go for that reason, but the biggest reason is getting to hang out with people. James, you got Terry down there doing a pose on the floor. All the people that I see maybe 2-3 times a year. It's just awesome to reacquaint with those people and also make new friends like I did this last weekend. Kegman, the Fox, a whole bunch of other people that I've met. Actually got to put a face I got to put a face to the voice that I've always heard. So putting those faces to voices is always a good thing. So.
You know what? I'll tell you another thing that I really enjoyed. So we had 21 operators.
21, and then we started with 21 and it kind of dwindled off a little bit.
Yeah, we had 21 for the most part, and then it dwindled down to like 17 or 18, and and they kept dropping off the later it got and stuff. But when that activation started, we had a couple of youths there, and shout out to Isaiah and Josiah from out in Oklahoma. They hunt me all the time, and they're great kids. But I started with them on the mic, and them boys were handling it last night. Let me tell you, they can work a pile up, and it wasn't an easy night to do a pile up because it was a contest weekend, so everybody was really close to you. A lot of QRM, and then you got 21 other hams there, and we all know that we're all rude, and we're not going to pay attention to the guy running the mic. We're going to sit and talk to the other 21 hams, and it's a lot of noise. I know I'm constantly running these big activations, and it can be difficult. But them young boys did a really good job. So shout out to them for being awesome activators.
Not only being awesome activators, but there was at one point there was an issue with the log, and he asked the pilot to stand by, and it was a thick pilot, and I didn't hear a peep. He asked the whole pilot, stand by 1 second, and everybody was stone cold quiet. And I said, you need to teach that.
Yeah, he needs to teach that to me. I can't make him be quiet.
That was excellent.
I mean, there were points when I was running the activation that it was just totally out of control, and I mean, I had to go full grown kindergarten teacher on them. At one point, I told them that I was going to start speaking the ABCs to them if they didn't listen. And then another point, I told them if they didn't calm down, there were 21 activators walking away, and they were going to lose those contacts because the pileup was thick. We'll just say, and they wasn't paying much attention.
Yep. Speaking of the Fox, there he is in the chat right there. The Fox in amateur radio. We were just talking about him. Got to meet him over the weekend. Awesome to see you, Ethan, and pleasure to meet you, man. Hopefully we get to see you again here in the future.
Yeah, it was great. I love to meet people who watch our show and our stream and our videos, and I love to meet all kind of people. But he actually really thrilled me. He came up and met me, and I could tell he was really happy to meet me and took a picture with me. But then I realized he was a super viewer of the show. Not only does he watch it, but he pays attention to what I say, because I introduced him to Terry, and he told Terry said, you need to stop calling him so many times. You're being a real lid. And I cracked up, man. So yeah, the Fox was dead on. He's a great viewer. So,
and he fell right into our shenanigans with Terry real fast.
Oh,
We were
yes,
doing
he did.
2 meter park to parks, and Terry calls him Kilo 8 Golf Quebec, and he immediately goes, the Kilo station again.
yep. Yeah.
Love it.
Great. You fit right in with us, man. You're always welcome to come activate with us when we come activate. You're a great guy, man.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun hanging out with a lot of our regulars there. Like I said, Ronnie was there. Zulu, Romeo X-Ray, always good to see you. But Kegman had fun on the mic, you know.
Kegman absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
Like he was just in the zone and just absolutely having fun with it.
Hey, Mike Halpenny, thanks for the super chat, buddy. He says when all the logs get submitted, he should have his eagle for Montesana.
Nice.
Yeah,
yeah. I am currently. Let's see. I got one activation left from 3 days ago to still getting the logs, and then I'll start on 2 days ago Montesano. But the problem is I have the logs for everybody for those, so I have to make sure and get everybody their logs. And then last night I have them for everybody, but I have to edit them because it's one big log, and I had to put in notes when people were leaving to make sure they get the right contacts. So last night's may take a few days before they get in, but
we'll get it sooner or later.
they'll all be in. You guys know me. I don't like having logs not in. So it'll definitely be
Before February.
Yeah, it'll be before February.
At least before February. Yeah. Because he doesn't do logs in February, but y'all knew that, right? Let's see. Shannon says Kilo, is that Kilo Indy? No, Kilo 1 Lima Yankee. Kind of far away from my tablet here. Sorry, missed getting you on the logs this weekend. Hey, you might have another chance. You never know.
You never know. I mean, weather permitting, you might have a chance tonight. It's right now. It's kind of there's a little bit of lightning in the areas, but so we'll see.
It's threatening to pour the rain.
The rain. That's right. Absolutely. That's right. You know what? We had the fun this weekend.
We had a lot of the fun, for sure. It's really hard on the back too.
Yeah.
You
know what? I will say shout out to my cousin because she was so awesome enough to walk on my back and do a little bit of jumping on my back to maybe jump start me a little bit to where I could actually do this stream because my back got so bad that on the walk over. So Dan's in the motel that is actually connected to the Von Braun Center, but halfway over I had to stop and set for a little bit because the backs took a beating once again. These Hamfests is rough.
It's called getting old.
Yeah, well,
we're not getting any younger, guys. We're not spring chickens anymore. Now Terry, on the other hand, nothing's bothering him. I mean, he doesn't have an aching bone in his body. I don't understand.
but he does, however, have sciatica.
Yes, he does have sciatica. And if you were at the cabin last night, you learned about his sciatica. That might not actually be sciatica, but we'll leave that as it may. You had to be there for that one.
Yeah, it's definitely the thing to have. If you have something really bad going on, it's probably sciatica.
Probably. Gene McPhee from Killeen, Texas. Good to see you, buddy. N3XUS. Late checking in, but hey, better late than never, man. We're here.
That's right. We're just doing a little wrapping up of Huntsville, Gene. We absolutely had a blast there and got to see a whole lot of our POTA peeps and Patreon family. And it's just been an absolutely outstanding weekend for sure.
Terry Larry says you have chicken leg syndrome. Yeah, you're probably right on that one, buddy.
So I'm going to tell y'all, Terry's a hunter, and he has been smothering out this weekend because I'm an activator, and we're activating 24/7. That's what we do, or we're at the Hamfest, and so Friday when we were at the YouTubers Hangout, me and Terry got there pretty early because we actually was there for the breakfast and the lunch. After breakfast, he said, I'm going to go to the car and hunt for a little bit. So he heads to the car and starts hunting a little bit from the car. So he's missing it. He's missing his hunting, and I'm sure a lot of the activators is missing that. Kiwa, wait, go back 400 times in their activation.
It's always, we pick on Terry a lot, guys, but it's always a pleasure to get him in our logs about 20 times per activation. So,
Absolutely, if you don't have 20 dupes every activation, the bands are probably bad.
that's right. Everybody in the chat, let's see if you came up here or over here or down here or up here, depending on where you came from to Huntsville. What was your favorite part of the show? Is there anything that you walked home with that you wanted to get, or maybe a purchase you made that you weren't planning on, but you bought anyway? Let's hear from you. See if anybody got anything nifty. I heard Curtis told me there was it Curtis or somebody else? I don't remember. A 991A somewhere for $100, but it was broken. And we're not too sure the extent that it was broken, but hey, if it's an easy fix, not too costly to get it fixed up, $100 991A plus a little bit of repair costs may have been a good deal for somebody. You never know.
So the problem with me would be if I bought a 991A for $100 that was broken, then I've got to figure out who I'm going to send it to fix it. Because we all know that the old dexterity in these fingers don't work no more since the brain cancer, but that's a good thing. I got a big POTA family, and PP Man's built things for me before. Robbie just built this satellite rotor, and people's always willing to help.
Yeah, but PP Man cusses you more than builds things for you.
PP Man definitely cusses me more.
Because you send him things to build that he needs like 4 magnifying glasses stacked together.
Well, I mean, he's PP. Wow, you got to send him something small.
That's true. Ronnie says hanging out with a Hamley was the favorite part. Absolutely, man. For sure.
Did anybody walk away with any steals? I can say that I don't know if anybody in the chat was here and bought any ABR coax. If you did, I hope you used my code to save some money. But I can say ABR definitely had a good show. They were looking really, really slim this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. They were.
But I do have a very cool video of something they have coming out very soon. I got to see the prototype on that, and I think it's going to be something good for portable operators.
You got the was that the prototype of the new wireless coax they're coming out with?
New wireless coax?
Yeah, they got wireless coax that they're coming out with. You guys should check out ABR. They got some good stuff coming up. So. Bluetooth coax. Yeah, how about that? Yeah. I picked up a couple mugs. I got a 20-ounce tumbler mug and a regular coffee cup kind of mug from the POTA booth with the etched POTA logo on it. But that was my purchase. I didn't come here I didn't have anything on the brain that I needed to get. Not like Huntsville before last where I bought a 101D. So yeah.
You know what? I did do a little bit of horse trading.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Ed?
Yeah, Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
So we all know that I collect Yezu hats.
Yes.
I try to get all of them. So there was one that was given away at the YouTubers meetup where they gave away 3, and I tried to get one of them, and I didn't actually have that one. But when I got my Yezu hat for this show, the brown one, Dan hadn't had a brown one yet, and Dan is one of the people that received this one. So I did a little bit of horse trading, and I got me a new Yezu hat, and Dan got a new Yezu hat.
Yeah, System Fusion on the back. But yeah, the coveted red and blue one. Yeah.
I don't know why I don't have that one already, but I didn't. So
there you go. So now I have a brown one because I never had a brown one before.
And they did run out of brown. Yep. So you may not have got the brown at this show.
They ran out last year too. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they gave you like 40 of them for buying on
They
101.
did. I could have got as
Okay.
many as I wanted, actually. The guy asked me if I wanted a whole sleeve of them last year with like 20 hats in a sleeve. I said, no, I really don't need that many. Just give me 2 or 3.
You should said, yeah, okay. And we could have gave them away on the stream.
That would have been great.
Oh, speak, speaking of giveaways, it's not going to be too awful long. I have a review on something that I've had for quite a while, but they asked me not to review it until they could get some more in stock.
Interesting.
And I'm going to be putting it out very soon. And also that new ABR thing that I was just talking about, and then it's not wireless coax that I'm talking about.
Shannon wants to know, he's wanting to get some Yaesu gear. Who is the best one to contact? Yaesu gear like radio gear or like swag gear like hats or t-shirts? I'm not sure which one you mean. The hats, t-shirts kind of thing, the best thing to do is go to a Hamfest and go rate them. Say, hey, I heard you have hats. Each Hamfest, they kind of generally have a different color that they bring. So you might get a black one, you might get a red one, you might get the coveted old school one, brown. Yeah. Go bug John and tell him that we sent him. Say, hey, I heard you got shirts and stuff. We are camping, Sandy. We're glamping. We're glamping.
So Dan's actually in a room.
Yeah.
And the reason we're streaming from here is because I don't know if the tree covers a little more this year than ever, but the Starlink, even though it's got great internet for spotting and look up stuff, it wouldn't have been ideal to streaming. And after the last stream where I was in the headboardless motel, we figured we better get a good stream going on. So we're in Dan's room, and
while we're not streaming on the Starlink, is somebody, I'm not going to mention their name, but you might be able to guess who it is after I do my impersonation. He said, boy, I sure hope they ain't using that Starlink down there because I'm going to stop eating chicken.
Oh, Lord.
I said, we got you, man. We got you. We'll do you right. We'll do you right.
But, I tell you, shout out to so many people. Like I can't even think of all the people that I need to be thanking for things this weekend. I'll give a shout out to Frequency Frontier because, when me and Terry left on Wednesday morning, we had no real. This is the difference in traveling with somebody that has to be prepared and traveling with somebody like, well, you got this, James. So we had no idea where we were staying. Now, sometimes that doesn't work to your advantage and you end up in the headboard hotel.
By the hour.
By the hour, I might could have got a better rate by the hour. You never know. But sometimes it really works out. So Frequency Frontier reached out to me, and when I woke up there at the headboard hotel, I reached out and said, hey, I got a fold-out bunk from the fold-out couch, and I got an extra bunk, and you guys can stay with me tonight while you're waiting on your cabin for Friday. So shout out to David. Had a good time hanging out with him, long-time Patreon, and it was a lot of fun to see him again. Shout out to Mike, K at MRD, who hooked me up with, you were mentioning Bluetooth earlier,
Yeah.
but I got a new to me Bluetooth 100 amp hour battery. You can never have too many 100 amp hour batteries. So shout out to Mike K at MRD. It was good seeing him again as well. And he I think he had a real good time last night. So
yeah.
Last I heard, he's still sleeping.
Yeah, this was the year too. If you missed that, maybe he'll have like another restock of stuff to give away. But this year, Mike gave away a ton of cool stuff that he basically just wanted to unload, stuff that vendors has given him to review and whatnot. Whole bunch of radios, batteries, solar film panels. I mean,
He definitely gave out a ton of stuff for sure. And basically you just showed up at the YouTuber thing. He said, "Okay, everybody, come get your tickets," and he gave out tickets, and he just started pulling and giving them out. It it wasn't like he was just giving it to his buddies or anything. It could be his best friend, or it could be somebody he's never met before. He just gave them out. So shout out to Mike for that. And in the good news, so we've told everybody, if you were coming up to the YouTuber meetup and stuff, if you could afford it, please, give Kyle a little donation or something to help pay for the food, and everything that he made over was going to go to the ARRL Teacher Fund, where the teachers, they put the teachers in the schools across the country and teaching the youth ham radio and stuff like that. And their goal was to double what they did last year. And I'm proud to say they did reach their goal. I don't remember the exact amount, but I think they raised around 5,000 total. I don't know if that
Nice.
was including the 600 that they spent for groceries or not, but I know it was. They did reach the goal for sure. So shout out to all you guys who donated to that. So you're helping the youth, and they're going to be the future of ham radio.
The Utes.
The Utes.
The Utes. Yeah, the crowd at the pavilion, Kyle said, was at least double than what we had
Oh
last
yeah,
year. So
it was packed. I actually put a short out. Hopefully you guys seen it. If not, shame on you. Go look at it. And where I just scrolled around, and there, it's just absolutely packed.
Yeah, so again, big shout out to Kyle for organizing that and getting those funds over to Steve Goodgame. And the Teachers Institute is a great thing. I forget the exact number. I don't want to misquote them, but it's more than $1,000, like maybe a couple $1,000 to have one of the teachers go through the Teachers Institute program. That's what it costs.
Yeah,
the
just one
ARRL.
teacher.
So yeah, one teacher. So that'll go a long way.
So
Awesome, Kyle.
another great year of Frank Beans too.
They were good. I had some,
Even though my cousin was sitting there eating them like it was an ice cream sandwich or something, like it was
it doesn't
nothing.
bother. It doesn't bother one bit.
Like
She says, yeah, they're good. Just
what do you feed that girl?
shovel them in her
What do you
mouth.
feed her? Like, do you just sit down to drink a bottle of hot sauce for her to drink with her hamburger?
Hot sauce is not good enough. Normally it's gasoline, and we light it on fire before
Oh.
it goes down.
I can see that.
And she says that's a little warm.
She goes to the bar and orders a flaming Dr. Pepper, whole Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, just the flame will be fine. But no, great. We had great food, and thanks to all of the people who helped prepare the food that we ate too. A lot of people, I'm not going to say slaved, but they worked many hours over that Blackstone grill and made a lot of hamburgers, a lot of hot dogs. So thank you very much.
But Kyle did not wear a hairnet.
He did not.
He told me that Terry helped him shave very well
Yes.
to get ready for the cooking. So
yes.
he was prepared and didn't qualify for needing a hairnet this time.
And that is when we learned that Terry is also very good with a straight blade shaver. Didn't even get a nick on Kyle. So that is good to know. That is good. I see Gene McPhee want to know, where was Clarice during this event?
So, to my knowledge, Clarice is still in the Terry Protection Program.
Yeah.
And hiding very, 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 very well from him. I know Terry did run into her in Murphy this year and tried to rekindle something. So I'm hoping, how long Murphy was in April. How many months ago
I
was
don't
that?
think she's recovered yet.
How many months ago was April?
Not enough for her to recover.
I know, but
it's shocking.
But I'm trying to, because last time they were together, about 9 months later, somebody shows up at my door and
they had a Clarita.
It was Terry's baby, Therese.
Yeah.
And but told me to hide her from her daddy. So let's hopefully I don't have to take care of another kid for Terry.
Yeah. This will be what, the second or third? Yeah. Terry's been very naughty. So take that as you will. It's been a fun weekend. Terry's been naughty.
So if
He's
you've
over
never
there laughing. Yeah.
if you've never seen Dan's launcher for putting up an antenna, they put up my end-fed half wave, and it was pretty much a vertical.
Yeah. It was. The far end's probably up 75 feet. Well, Steven, all right. So my boo Steven, Uniform Delta Victor, said, "Why don't we try to get it over that branch up there?" And I looked up and said, "No problem." I said, "We can probably even throw it back that high, but what fun is that?" So you fire up the air launcher, and we launch our sacks really high in the air. And his spark plug antenna is almost pretty much a vertical now. It's pretty cool. We get out everywhere, though. We get good signal reports from everywhere.
We do get good signal reports.
That, and we're on top of a mountain. So, okay.
Well, I will say one thing, though. It's been a really good weekend, but that doesn't mean it didn't come with its lids.
It did, actually.
Because once again, the POTA Facebook page, which is the 7200 of POTA, has its people that want to get on there and complain because there was 21 ops going at once. And I just don't understand you people. POTA's not a contest. There is no awards. I mean, there's paper awards, but there's no prize money. There's no,
You can print them out at your own risk.
you can print them out at your own risk. But I mean, it's about fun. POTA is about fun. If hunting 21 ops that is saying 5.9 for all 21 is not for you, you don't have to hunt them. It's not a problem.
In the dial.
If you needed to talk to all 21 ops,
No problem.
we would pass the mic. And there, we'll put it this way. There was a park to park that did not have all the ops. He needed them. And we started passing the mic, and he decided it was taking so long that he was just going to look on the POTA page and finish getting them. Because it takes a long time to pass the mic for 21 ops. So, but what you don't understand is these big activations like this, they happen like 3 times a year at all the big ham fests, where you have friends from all over the country who don't never get to see each other, but like 3 times a year. Some of them only a couple times because they don't go to all the shows, and they like to get together and they like to fellowship and do an activation and have fun. We had multiple different people running the mics and stuff like that. And if anybody needed the ops, we gave them to them. I know we passed the mic quite a bit. Some people needed the activators and just had to ask if the activator, the person running the mic, could read them. But if it's not for you, just don't hunt them. But don't go on the 7200 of POTA and post negativity. It's just, what is wrong with you people? People in POTA fuss about all these people who are rude to them about doing parks on the air, being lids. We don't need the lids in POTA. So if it's not your cup of tea, don't hunt them. But don't talk bad about them. If it is your cup of tea, hunt them. I'm sure there's quite a few people that were glad to get a repeat offender award.
Yeah.
Just for hunting one activation.
We got one guy called us park to park. He was in a threefer.
Yeah.
This was day before last when we had 11 ops.
Yeah.
And we gave him 33 contacts just like that. Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. When we were in grade school and we were out playing on the playground, I don't remember anybody coming over when I'm on the monkey bars telling me I'm swinging the wrong direction and I'm not allowed to have fun that way.
Right.
So why do you try to do it as adults, guys?
They did tell me once I was climbing up the slide instead of sliding down it. Does that count?
Yeah, it kind of does. You should have
It's a one direction.
You should have said stop being a lid, Terry.
Oh, that is great.
Oh,
Man.
The bad thing is these people, they're not even millennials.
Yeah.
They're old people, who actually slid down a metal slicky slide and knows what
During the
life's
summer.
about. Yeah, during the
During the
summer
summer.
knows what life's about.
Yeah.
Why are you fussing?
Stuck,
I
stuck in their ways.
I bet these guys are the same people that go out when a kid's walking by the sidewalk, and if he accidentally steps in the yard, like, get out of my yard.
Stay off my grass. That is right.
Let people have fun their own way, guys.
Speaking of the metal slides, our buddy Zulu India Kilo says those were the good old days.
Yes, they were.
The old metal slides, you'd slide down in the dead of summer and burn your butt cheeks. Yes, sir.
This country's gone to absolute crap anyway, because you got all these people who identifies this and identifies that, and there's laws that tell you can't tell them that they're not what they identify from. But yet, when they gave away the radio for the grand prize today, and I tried to tell them that I identified as the winner, they did not give me the radio.
It didn't work.
I mean, I thought there was laws for this.
Oh, that is great.
Mm-hmm.
What was the big radio they gave away? Do you know?
It was an Icom.
Yeah. The 7610 or the one up the 70?
I don't even remember. I just know it was an Icom.
No.
It would have made a great video to drive over it with a truck and make Dennis really mad.
Oh no!
So shout out to Dennis, who's in the chat.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's still in the chat. He had told me that he was going to come to my forum and heckle me. And him and Dave come in first thing, and
they sit on the front row.
They sit on the very front row. So I'm proactive. There's no sense in getting hit first. You might as well throw that first punch.
That's right.
So I immediately, when I start the forum, I start picking on Dennis, and I picked on Dennis the whole time. And he was a champ, just like Terry and PP Man is, because we pick on them all the time, and they're champs, and they take it. They got that good thick skin.
Yeah.
They don't identify as a sissy that gets their feelings hurt. So shout out to Dennis. It was great to see you again, Dennis, and Dave, who is actually doing. I don't want to even tell you what park he's doing tomorrow, because I don't want to.
He did talk to me about it and ask the best way to do it.
Right. I don't want to provoke anybody
right. And
for this park, but it's a park that don't get done a whole lot. But if you guys see Dave spotted, make sure and get him as fast as you can, because sometimes activations there don't last real long, and we want to make sure and get him activated. So,
or at least maybe some bail money.
Right.
Might help.
He did say he was going to start on 40 meters, for the locals, because I asked him if he'd start on 40 meters, because me and Terry will be on the way back, and Terry has a 40-meter ham stick, and we'll try to get him as well. But
we might be able to get him activated, because we'll be on the way back too, and we can run 40 meters in the truck. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and the club call. We can get you 5 right there. You can give him the other 6
if I can hear him.
Yeah,
because it is going to be around noon when he's activating, and I am going to be on a ham stick. So
just here, if we all can hear you, we'll give you 6 calls. Yeah, that'll help you out tremendously.
It's not nowhere near an no, but I don't think it probably don't have a whole lot of contacts. I wouldn't think.
No, probably not a lot, because most people go to activate it, they get their 10 and they split, because they don't. Sometimes it can be a headache. So
it's a very rural park, we'll say. Or is that the right word?
No, it's not rural.
Not rural. Rural's not the city. It's a city park. Urban. That's what I'm thinking. Urban.
Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscars in the chat. He said 40 did great today. He went on a little park adventure. That's right. It's me. That's right.
And I'm really glad. I'm really glad that Chris wrapped up Georgia. He's been working really hard on that.
Mike Halpenny asked a late shift. We're going to check the weather. My Lightning app over there has been ringing, dinging, dinging here lately, and it's supposed to rain a little bit. And we'll check. Stay tuned.
It won't be super late, Mike. I know you're ready. You'll be ready for the bed shortly after late shift. Mike goes to bed early. He's like this guy.
I'm going to bed early because I got to drive tomorrow for sure, and I'm sore. Yeah.
Like Dan has had to stay up past his bedtime, like all weekend long.
You know, if it's past
You know.
9:30, man, it's just
Yeah, I
not
know.
me, dude.
Like, at 9:30 comes and you can see it in Dan's face, like, I need a bed.
But my body doesn't feel it as much here because I'm an hour behind what I normally am. So I look down and it says 9 o'clock, but my body feels like it's 10.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to struggle a little bit that hour.
It really messes with my soul when I'm not in Eastern time. It does. Like this 7 o'clock late shift stuff messes with me bad.
Almost king time is where we're at.
Yeah, we're in the almost king time. Why don't they just get with the system and make everything UTC?
I thought you could say everything Eastern time.
Well, I'm fine with UTC.
Yeah, that's true.
Eastern time would be great. If they'd make it all Eastern time, that's fine. Even change UTC to Eastern time.
They should just make a whole new time zone and call it West Virginia time.
Yeah.
That'll work.
You know what? Speaking of West Virginia, my plan for this week coming up is to seal the deal on the date. It'll be in September for a West Virginia POTA meetup. I'm tired of all these other states getting their own POTA meetup. And, I've tried to put this together for several years now, and I can't get a whole lot. There's plenty of hunters in that, but nobody can give me responses on where they would like to do it or what date or this, that.
Why don't you do it at the Capitol?
So I'm going to no, because that's like deep South West Virginia,
Yeah.
and I want to be as central as I can because if I get sort of central West Virginia, there's a good chance I can pull most of the people in West Virginia. Plus, I can get some Pennsylvania, some Virginia, some Ohio.
Terry voted for Forks of the Coal.
Wow, of course. I'm sure Terry voted. If Terry had his way, it'd probably be the Elk River Trail, the closest point toward his house.
How about Little Beaver?
And
Panther. We can have it at Panther.
Jamie would love it if we
Tomlin?
had a Panther.
Yeah.
Big South.
Yeah.
Speaking of Panther, if you didn't hear on the stream the other night, a park with Panther in the title actually became my 1,000th unique park. So I've got that out of the way, and now it's time to start on that next goal. And I don't know what that next goal is.
I don't know. My next goal right now is to say, what's up, Izzo? We see you in here, buddy. Always good to see you hanging out with your cigar and your barbecue potato chips. We appreciate you joining.
Absolutely. And always great. Don Izzo is a big part of the responsibility for making me the crazy man that I am.
It's his fault.
It's really his fault because, I listened to the radio that night and I heard this activation that intrigued me, but I still didn't know what it was. So if I would have scrolled over to this Parks on the Air video and it had been Don Izzo and he would have made it look more boring or something, I wouldn't be this absolute lunatic that I am today. So, Don Izzo is responsible for me not being sane.
Yeah, I agree.
Just like in the POTA forum today, I explained it to everybody. All y'all out here, you're normal.
He says, Your Honor, I don't know James.
Absolutely. It's a shame too, because I think right now Don has his videos set to private or something. Because somebody was telling me that they can't find his videos or something. I'm not sure, but that one video, I bet you I might be all his watch hours on that video.
Don, he fell asleep to you. Your melodious voice.
So you'll get a kick out of this, Don. You're gonna love this. So one of your co-hosts, long story short, so right before my forum was the YouTuber forum, and one of the questions was to the YouTubers if we were full-time YouTubers or if we had another job. So we went down, passing the mic, everybody saying what they were and stuff. And, it's already past my turn, and they were getting ready to hand one of your co-hosts, Mr. Joe Brett, the microphone. And as soon as he picks up the microphone to, tell what he does for a living, I'll just pop up and like, OnlyFans. I got to pick on Joe for you, Don. I got your back.
He would have an awesome OnlyFans channel, because all he would have to do is say, all we'd have to do is just hold his face up and go K5.
I mean, absolutely. Like when everybody was introducing themselves, I started scanning the room, making sure there wasn't too many women in there, because when he goes K5YVY,
they all run.
You can feel the moisture in the air.
Oh man, Don, we need to get you to one of these events, man, so we can jaw jack together. And I don't smoke a cigar, but I'd have one with you, man. I don't even smoke cigars, but I'd enjoy one with you.
I don't smoke a cigar either, but we can go to a restaurant and sit outside where you can smoke, and they can serve me smoked brisket, and we'll smoke together like that.
There you go. There you go. Well, guys, we're coming up on the top of the hour. We got a couple minutes left, and if you were here at Huntsville, we enjoyed seeing you. We're going to do it again next year, obviously, but thanks to everybody who was hanging out with us at the cabin, who we met in person. Like I said, got to put a face to the voice. Always good to see who you've been talking to on the radio for all these times on POTA activations, and we had a lot of fun.
Absolutely, it's been a whole lot of fun. So for myself, I don't even know what's coming up, man.
Terry's driving.
I can tell you that we're going to check the lightning apps and stuff and see what it's going to be like for this evening. Hopefully, there won't be an early late, because I can't even get back. I know we still got to eat, but there's no way we're going to get back in time for an early late. But if the weather's permitting, a late shift is definitely in the future here. But we're going to have to play that by the weather, because sometimes Mother Nature don't let you do what you want to do.
That's true.
But a lot of content coming out this week. I've been dropping a whole lot of shorts, and if you follow me on TikTok or even on the Ham Radio Adventure Guy Facebook page, I don't talk about the Facebook page that much, because I haven't really been doing much with it. I've had it for quite a while, but I've even been dropping like reels on Facebook now. So if you're over on Facebook, if that's your preference, because some of y'all are all anti-TikTok. But for you anti-TikTok people, go over to Facebook, because don't tell me you're not on Facebook. They all post over there. And look up Ham Radio Adventure Guy on Facebook, and maybe you can see some reels like that there. Other than that, I got a lot of content coming out, and I'm going to be activating every day. Imagine that.
You activating every day?
Ain't that a little crazy?
What?
Yeah.
No way.
It was funny at the POTA forum today. And people would ask me, "Well, have you already activated for today?" And if it was somebody that know me, I'd be like, "Why are you asking a question like that?" That's like the woman asking me if I wanted my meat leaner or with marble.
Be like Kegman. He says, "You know who I am."
Absolutely. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure to hang out with you guys on here. And if we got to see you this weekend, it was definitely a pleasure. You guys have a great evening, and hopefully we'll catch you on there in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
73, everybody, and thanks for the super chats.
See you guys. See you Wednesday at 8 o'clock.